everybody, welcome back. So I am super excited today. I've been waiting to do this video for so long. Super excited. So Valentine's Day is coming up and I am looking at fun gifts. These can be for if you're a small business, if you are looking for something for your significant other, if you want to do something nice for your kids, a colleague at work. It doesn't really matter. I think they are very cost effective and super thoughtful, which I think is really important. I think the thought in a gift shows through. So the first thing I want to talk about is these shaker elements. So if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I absolutely love shaker elements. So this, can you see that it's got these little like diamonds, it has little pearls, it has little dots, hearts. What are those? Those are more hearts and stars and lips. I am in love. So I saw these on the Craft Buddies website and I just had to have them. They've got a range of different colors, obviously with their own themes, but this is perfect for Valentine's Day. So I'm super excited for that. So then I have some Bobo balloons. So the Bobo balloons come 5 in a pack and I'm going to be using 2. Keep that in mind because that is important information. So one thing that I did realize about the Bobo balloons is that you actually can't blow these up by hand, which is not good at all. So I actually need an electric pump to be able to blow that up. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. That's going to be a little challenge all on its own. Okay, I then have a cone mug. I love these cone mugs. They are so elegant, beautiful. So this is a Sublimation mug with a box. Of course, it's from Craft Buddies. And then we have these window boxes. So these are... I'm just going to open it nicely. So these are really cool. I'm going to put some ideas on the screen of what you can do with them. They don't only have to be for Valentine's Day or a gift box. They can actually be like decorations for events, and I think they are super awesome. So these come in a pack of 4 and I'm going to be using 2, which leaves 2. Keep that in mind again. So I'm not going to put this all together, but basically you can see that's going to be the size. There we are, the size of each box. So I think it's 25 by 25 if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. Okay, so that I will be using, and then I will be using some other stuff that I have in my craft space. I will be using some keyrings, some printable vinyl, some photo paper, all sorts of things. So I think this is going to be a really cool video. Just to let you know though, I am going to breeze through everything, so I'm not going to go in depth with designs and all the little tips and tricks, but what I am doing is I'm linking the videos in the comments, sorry, not the comments, the description, so that if you're stuck with anything you can go back and watch that specific video, and that will give you more insight into the designs and more in-depth things. Okay, so let's move my stuffs aside. So the reason I told you to keep in mind what I'm not going to be using is there's always a dum. Okay, so Craft Buddies has sent me this. This is 2 packs of a whole bunch of mixed vinyls. The way I understand it, this is pretty much every vinyl that they have in their store, which is a huge amount of vinyl. So these are HTVs. Let me just give you an idea of what's in here. Oh my goodness, can we see this? There is so much. So these are offcuts, if you will. Let's say a sample pack. I don't want to say a sample pack because they sell a sample pack, and some of the pieces are obviously not that small, but I mean they have rainbow vinyl, so I don't want to mix these. They did put it so nicely. They have, what is this? Camo. I couldn't see. Anyway, they have more camo. They have more rainbow. They have these beautiful sort of painty watercolor effect ones. I love these, by the way. They have animal prints. Like, there is so much here. There's the galaxy ones. You know how much stuff you could make with this. So I think a lot of people see stuff like this and they're like, oh, you know, it's average. But if you think about it, the average t-shirt would use like not even that much vinyl. So there is probably like, I don't know, like 50 t-shirts here worth of HTV. So this side is the HTV. Let's get that back in there. Wow, it's a lot. Okay, and then this side is the sticker vinyl, and look at this, oh my goodness. So these are kind of like textured. I don't know if that's the right word, but look at that. It doesn't actually have glitter on it, but it's like shimmery. So gorgeous. Let's get that back in there. There is opal, there's textured metallics, there is, this is like a matte. There is so much here. These are those, can we see it? You should be able to see it. It's reflective. So this is like a whole sample, I guess, of what they have to offer. And this could keep somebody going for a long time. So the reason I'm telling you all of this, the reason I'm telling you about what I'm going to be using and what I'm not going to be using, is that we want to give this away to somebody. So basically we want to give this HTV and sticker vinyl, which it is heavy. Like, look at that. That is a lot. And they are good size pieces. So it would be a pack of HTV and sticker vinyl, as you saw it there. There are Bobo balloons, as long as I don't burst any, and there are window boxes. So what we want to do is we want to give this away to somebody, and we want to see what you're going to do with it. So if you are interested in being the person that gets it, please watch until the end of the video, and I will let you know what you have to do to be in the running to get it. So let's get started on our elements so that we can get our gifts together. The first component that we're going to be working on is our keyrings. So in each of the boxes there's going to be a keyring, and with most of the items that I'm making with you, I'm only going to make one item because I'm only filling one box with you. But I wanted to do 2 of the keyrings so that I could show you with the different kind of acrylic blanks, the different tassels, so you can see the different type of results that you're going to get. So both of these are done with the printable vinyl. We have gone through the steps of the printable vinyl before. We've also gone through the steps of the resin. I don't think we've done resin with printable vinyl, which is why I do just want to show you that. So I have 2 discs from Craft Buddies here. I have a glitter black one, which has a cover. Most of them do, by the way. So I have a glitter black one, and then I have a plain white one. So one thing that I personally didn't like with the printable vinyl is when you stick it onto a disc, it kind of floats there, if that makes sense. It doesn't become one with your item. It doesn't look, yeah, it doesn't look like it's one with your item. I think that's the best way to describe it. Remember I had problems with these last time. So this is the white one, and it has a covering on it that you can clearly see, which is great because you don't accidentally stick anything onto it. Okay, so I am using an old Cricut mat that I use for painting and whatnot. That's just so I don't dirty my surface and I don't mess up my mats. I know there's safety mats for that purpose, but yeah. Okay, so I have 2 different pictures here. Where are my scissors? I'm not sure, so we're just going to tear that. I mean, we're going to use it now anyway. So this is going to go onto our black one. This is printable vinyl. And the thing that you don't want is you don't want bubbles. I think that's the most important thing. So we're going to put it down on one side. Oopsie. I think I got a bubble. Oh, it's skew, but it's fun. It's fun. Okay, and I hope that our ring is going to fit. So the ring, you can use, what's this thing, transfer tape if you want to. And I think it might be easier actually, because you're going to be able to set it down nicely. And you're going to see what I mean about the ring kind of marrying them together, if you will. I think that's the best word to use. Unifying them. So this is a black glitter disc. I don't know if I think I already said that. Craft Buddies has like tons of different discs. I was going to use a sort of blue gradient one. And then I went with this instead. And I didn't really want it to stick on. It's not going to tear it, but what it will do is leave stickiness behind, and obviously I didn't want that. Okay. And you can see it's more of a complete thing now. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just cut our little hole again. I can't even see it. There it is. Okay, now this one is ready to seal. And now we're going to do our next one. So the next one is on the white, and we're going to actually try to get this one straight. That looks better. And that looks super cute just like that, just with the white. I actually love it. But we're going to put our little ring onto it as well. Oh, that's cute. That's real cute. I am in love with that. Okay, so now we're going to stabby stab. So you can obviously in your design incorporate your whole place, the place where the hole is. But for me, this is just easier. And you'll see once I've sealed it as well, it will be a lot easier to clean, and it won't look so messy around there. Okay, so I think we're good to go on the ceiling. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put a very thin layer over, so that if it does create bubbles, we can sort of fix that. So your first layer is just going to be a super thin layer just to get it there, basically. Okay, so I have actually, my camera was not recording, which is super frustrating. So I have put the second layer on, and the reason that I did a small layer with the printable vinyl is that because it covers such a large surface area, the chances of bubbles are a lot higher. So if you do a small layer, it's going to be a lot easier for you to fix those bubbles than it will be if you do just a straight big one, a thick one, because it's a lot easier to fix thin layers with more layers than it is to fix thick layers with more layers, because obviously the thicker it is, it starts to look a bit tacky. So we're probably going to do another small layer on this, and then we're going to accessorize them. So the most important part is when you are doing your very top layer especially, you're going to want to leave this for about 5 minutes just to settle and let the bubbles come to the top. So I've covered all of this in my previous videos. I have linked most of the videos in the comments. If there is anything that you're unsure of, you can obviously reach out, and I will help you as much as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and then I'm going to put my third layer, and then we get to accessorize it. Right, our key rings are almost done. So this was 3 coats. Remember, you want to do thin coats, and on your very last coat you want to actually let it sit for like 10 minutes, and that's going to make sure you don't get any of the bubbles. So you can see no bubbles. Same with the other one. So I don't know if I've mentioned this already. Just remember, with this video specifically, I am doing it in steps and parts because there are so many different elements. So I might repeat myself, and I do apologize if I do. Okay, so for my daughter's one, I'm going to keep it pretty plain and simple. I'm going to have a little ball chain with a normal tassel, and then for my eldest daughter's one, I did want to do something a little bit more elegant. So I absolutely love this keyring. This is one that I made, I don't know how long ago. So I have these tassels from Craft Buddies. These animal print ones are my absolute favorite. Unfortunately, my daughter is not much of an animal print person, so I was thinking red because it is her favorite color. So I think the red will look very nice on that. It'll have a nice contrast. I was going to do the pink for my youngest. I just don't think that she would appreciate it the same way that her sister would. So I have loads and loads of tassels, all Craft Buddies. So I think I'm just going to go with the pink one to sort of keep with. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's have a look at the purple. She loves pink and purple, my youngest. So no, I like the pink. I think it brightens it up. Okay, so I have the ball chain. Now the ball chain, I think you can buy them separately. I'm not sure. I got them with the colored tassels. I think it was the blue and gray, or no, these were the shaped ones. Oh no, I don't think it's going to fit. Okay, so for this one, we're probably going to have to regroup because I have put, what is this stuff called? UV resin. So the UV resin I also got from Craft Buddies. I basically got everything that I'm using from Craft Buddies. The UV resin, the printable vinyl, the tassels, the little keychain, bits and bobs. So basically everything is Craft Buddies. Yeah, so there we are. We've got it. So I'm just gonna have to pull this through. There we are. So this one, I don't even think it needs a tassel. She's probably gonna want one though, because she's like super extra. She's super extra, my daughter. No, I think we'll leave the tassel off for her. And then if she complains, I'll just change it. But how cute is that? I think that's super cute and I really think she's gonna like it. I'm excited for her. Okay, let's look at my eldest daughter's one. So for this one, I do want to put one of these little split ring things on it first. And that's just going to help it sit straight when I do apply the next part. Yeah. And then this one we're just going to, oh, I can't get it apart. There we are. We're just going to put it on like so. Oh, she's gonna love it. It's so cute. It looks very Christmassy. So what did I do with the other one? I actually put this on here. So you can actually take that off if you wanted to. So what I did with the other one to make it not seem so like out there, lost, is I actually hooked this on to here. I can't see. So I used my weeding tool to get in there and help it stay open. Turn it sideways. That helps open it up for me. There we are. Then you can take the weeding tool out, and there we are. Oh, I'm so excited. Those look so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to put these away, and then we're going to move on to our next thing, which is our chocolates, which is also super, super simple. Our chocolate wrapper is super simple. We did this for Christmas. So I will make this specific design available on my design space, and the original video is linked in the comments. I have some double-sided tape from Craft Buddies over here, and I have a 4-finger Kit Kat chocolate. So I will need scissors for my double-sided tape. I don't know how I keep losing my scissors. They're right here. Okay, so with this, when you fold here, you're not actually folding it, you just kind of, does that make sense? It's just kind of a bend. So there are score lines. There's also score lines over here. I accidentally cut the tops off, so I've stuck it with some sellotape, but that's completely fine. And our chocolate's going to go there. So you want to fold those in, put it in the middle, and you want these to kind of overlap. So one of the ways you can do it is like a normal chocolate. So one of these would be out, like so. And that's how it would fold, like so. So that would connect. That's going to give you that fold that you get with the chocolate. Okay, but you're not going to get, well, I guess you could, so let's test it. Okay, let's have this one in. Yeah, so you're not going to get that same sort of, yeah. So what I did is I actually just stuck it onto it like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some double-sided tape on the top and the bottom. Okay, now we're going to remove all of our double-sided tape. We're going to place our chocolate. Oh, it stops. Oh, well. Okay. Make sure you're lining up. Stick. Okay, we're going to want to take this off as well, because that's what's going to keep us together while we... Okay. So the important thing is make sure you line up nicely. Nope, my bottom doesn't line up. Well done. Anyway, it's fine. Okay, and then we're going to stick that together. And then we're going to stick the top together. And if you want to just snip it, because I didn't put mine straight, so if you don't put yours straight, you can do the same. Just snip the bottom. And this is so cute. Aww, happy V-Day. That is super, super cute. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, except for where I cut it, but that was me. So I'm going to make this available on my Design Space profile. It is super simple to do. I will obviously fix where it cut. And then you can make this if you want to. So whether you want to do a little gift bag like I'm doing, or you just want to do little chocolates, I mean, that's completely up to you. I will show you, I made something else. So I made this little sweetie jar. And yes, I have eaten half the sweets, but mind your business. So I made this little sweetie jar. So that's like another idea of what you could do. It's a jar, it has some sweets, it has some writable vinyl and a label material and some normal vinyl. So you can even leave that off, because I've noticed that the label and the lid kind of make the whole design. So that's an idea as well. You don't have to do chocolates. I just find that chocolates are super simple to do and I love them. So that is our keyring and our chocolates so far done. Another idea is obviously your sweetie jar, which we're not doing because those are my sweets. So we're going to move on to our next thing. And yeah, I'll see you then. With these window boxes, so I've given you some ideas of what you can do with them. They are so super versatile. So what I'm doing is not super elegant, but I'm going to add sort of the most elegant element first. So what I think would look really amazing if it was for, say, you know, your partner or for a couple, just having a very cursive Happy Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day, just having that, nothing else, just a beautiful cursive font. I think that would look amazing. So my daughter is into horses, so obviously while I want to wish her Happy Valentine's Day, I do still kind of want it, I don't know, child friendly, if you will. She's not, I mean, she's 13, she's not really a child, but you know what I mean. Oh, I shouldn't have unrolled my whole transfer tape. Okay, so I am just trying to get my decal on here without messing it up too much, which I just did. Okay, so we've got our box. I have checked to see which side is the front. This is the front of it. Let's stick, oopsie. It's difficult working with a big piece of transfer tape, so we're going to stick that back. And remember, as always, we want to remove our backing from our transfer tape. So what I did, what I did very briefly is I just measured the window box to see how big it was, and then I based my design off of that. Super, super simple. Okay, remember as well, always remove back on itself. That helps it to not tear your paper, and also to not lift the vinyl. Oh gosh. Okay, and there we have it. Happy Valentine's Day. So if you were doing something, let's say for a couple, you could leave it at that. I mean, you don't have to add any more elements. Happy Valentine's Day would be sufficient. Okay, so this is going to be my gift box, and it's super, super simple. There we are. So the only thing we're going to need to do is, I don't know if you can see, but we're going to need to reinforce the bottom. Now the reason for this is we're going to be putting stuff in it. So if we don't reinforce it when we put the stuff in it, it's just going to break. Oh, that's so cool. Let me see if I can get a better shot for you. Okay, can we see it? I think that looks amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some, I don't know, hay if you will, in the bottom of it. I will show you a picture shortly of what I am doing so that you have an idea. The part of this entire process that I was most scared of was the Bobo balloons, only because I've never done it before. So I was super excited, but I was also scared. So let me just show you. So there's a lot more that I could have done in terms of filling it. I could have put little feathers. I could have done so much more, but I popped one and I have glitter everywhere. I got hit in the nose with a bead, so that was fun. So that is one that I've managed to not pop, not stick to anything. So the trick to them, so I've got them over here, and just to give you an idea, I probably could have blown it up a little bit more, but I have PTSD now. So this is the balloon before you start. This is the balloon once it's blown up. Okay, so what you're gonna do, whoever wins this, there are 2 Bobo balloons left. There's one in pieces everywhere. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it in the middle. So with your thumb like that, you're going to hold it and you're going to pull outwards all the way around. You're going to basically stretch the balloon out like that. Okay, so I'm not actually pulling it. What will happen is you'll get a sort of indentation in the middle, which will show that it started to stretch. You will then start stretching around the edges like that. And you'll do this process between 3 and 5 times. You'll start to feel when it's not so stiff, because it's quite stiff. So that is how you're going to blow it up. I tried to blow it up before stretching it out. I probably should have researched them before I tried all of this, and it's impossible. I was using like a hairdryer and a vacuum cleaner and all sorts of things. So these are best with an electric pump. I did see one of the little hand pumps being used once it was stretched out, so it is possible. It's not absolutely impossible. So what I did notice, let's just get this on our little standy, and I have to readjust so you can see. So what I did notice with the one that popped, when I was inflating the balloon, it got, so you'll see that it inflates very quickly and it expands very quickly. And then it gets to a point where it stops expanding so quickly, and I kept inflating, and that's when it popped. So this one, I've stopped it at that point where it stopped expanding very quickly. So it's not super stiff. I mean, I probably could have gone more, but I don't have stuff all over my bedroom, so I'm happy. I'm so happy with that. So the design that oopsie, I just dropped it. So the design that I'm doing is the same one that I did last year, and I have cat hair on it. Oh my goodness, my cat loves my desk. It's her favorite place. Okay, so I'm doing the same design as last year. I love you to the moon and back for my daughter. Oopsie. And we're going to obviously want to make sure this is nice and flat. Okay, then I'm going to trim away the excess transfer tape, and the reason I'm doing that is because you obviously don't want all this excess transfer tape giving your balloon even more opportunity to pop. So with the Bobo balloon, you actually get something, oh please don't stick. So you actually get something that will stretch the entrance here. So this is obviously also stretchy, and you actually get this like little ring thing that you can put it on and stretch it out so that you can actually like put a teddy bear and stuff like that in it. I don't have one, so we're not going to overcomplicate that. We're going to go with this. Okay, so now we want to obviously transfer. Now we're going to place this on our balloon. So we're going to have it here. Okay, we're going to place the center. So I'm trying to just see if I'm straight. Okay, so we place the center first. And we're going to rub outwards. And we're not going to rub very hard, because we don't want to glue our transfer tape. So we're also then going to snip this. So what this is going to allow us to do is to stretch and apply as we need to. Okay. And now, hopefully, we can very gently remove our transfer tape. So again, I'm using the book wrap. I'm not actually using a transfer tape, and this is a lot less sticky than transfer tape, so I personally feel more comfortable with it. Ah, that's so cute. I love you to the moon and back. So what I'm going to do now is by hand, I'm just going to apply some hearts and stars and decorate it a bit. Again, I mean, this is just what I want to do. You don't have to. I think that looks super cute. So I can't get it without the ring light, but how fun is that? I'm such a kid. So I'm going to get what do you call these things? You know, the balloon sticks. But in the meantime, so what you can do, oops. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that you're better at tying ribbons than me. So one thing you can do is a ribbon, or I don't think I have any of the pink, the netting. You can actually wrap it around here and sort of glue it on the back. I wish my bow was better looking. Shame. Ach, jammer nee. Poor bow. Ja, nee. Ek weet nie. Okay. So that's just an idea of what you can do with it. I'm obviously going to have it on a little stick, and I'm going to have it standing in the box. So another thing you can do as well, if you're like me and you can't do both, because bows are hard, ne? You can basically have something like that where it all just hangs down. So what I would do with something like this is not use the fabric ribbon, rather use, you know, that one that you can kind of, that thing. Okay, you know what I mean. So that is our Bobo balloon. So remember, the Bobo balloon, you actually have to feel it to understand. It's kind of like a silicone-y feel. I did fill with these. Oopsie, I don't know if you can see. So there's still quite a bit left there. One of them I did mess half of them on the table, but I've filled quite a bit, and I just added some glitter in. So yeah, the Bobo balloons have like a silicone feel. They are a lot stronger than a normal balloon. Just obviously be careful when you apply, or when you blow it up. You don't want to push it past that point, especially when it's full, because yeah, glitter everywhere. So that's our Bobo balloon done. I am so excited to see everybody try Bobo balloons. I think they're super cool. I've got so many ideas for it, and I'm definitely going to try in the future. But I'm actually going to get myself a proper pump, and hopefully I won't pop anymore. Right, the last thing we're doing before we put our gift together is our mug. So I still need to figure out a way to share this design with you. I will figure that out. So what I love about these mugs is they come in a little box. You can either decorate that box, or you can just wrap a ribbon around it and give it off like that. It just makes it complete being in a box, which I absolutely love. Okay, so we have our cone mug, and we're going to be doing this in the air fryer. So I've got to figure this out. So I went with a very sort of plain design, and I'm using one of Craft Buddy's Sublimation sheets. I'll have to figure out which design this is. It's kind of like a watercolory blue-gray, I guess. I did kind of want to go for something Valentines, but not Valentines, if that makes sense. I always have problems lining this one up. Oh, there we are. Okay, so we're going to want to get that like sort of out. Okay, what we're going to be using for this, that's not my cone shaped one, that's my cone shaped one. Okay, so what we're going to be using for this is our cone shaped mug wrap, and this is great for if you want to do sublimation, or if you want to use infusible ink. It works well for both. This would be for a 3D press or an air fryer. I haven't got to its end of life yet, so I couldn't tell you how many uses you get out of it. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to put this into our air fryer for 5 minutes on one side and 4 minutes on the other side. That's the time and temperature that I've personally found works for me. You would obviously need to find what works for you and your air fryer. So I'm going to get to doing that, and then we're going to unwrap this baby together. So I did my mug for 9 minutes, and I've left it to cool down completely. And we now get to peel it back to reveal our beautiful watercolor design. Oh, I love it. That is gorgeous. I love that. It's not too much, which is obviously what I wanted. I didn't want something that is way too much and too out there. So this would be perfect for anybody, this specific design. So it came with a little packet. We're going to put it back in its little packet. We're going to stick it in our little boxy. So if you don't want to, you don't have to put it in the packet. That's completely up to you. And there it is, ready to go. So obviously if it's not in the packet, so let me just show you. There you have your mug showing through, which looks pretty cool, I think. So now I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to have to take a photo because it's a super awkward angle. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a teddy bear to put in it with the gifts just to fill it out a bit. But I think this is a perfect gift for pretty much anybody. Whether it be just for personal use, whether it be for a small business. I think these gift boxes are a huge hit with clients. And I love this window box, like you can see everything set up in it. So I'm going to take a photo and I will obviously show that to you. So in terms of the stuff that we are giving away, I would love to know in the comments, which was your favorite aspect? What would you definitely add to your catalog as a small business, or what you will be making to gift? And then on the Craft Buddies page, I would like you just to post any project that is related to Valentine's Day. So whatever it is that you've made or that you're making related to Valentine's Day. And then I will choose somebody to receive that vinyl, the extra Bobo balloon, and the boxes. So I think that's super exciting. 2024 is a year of loads of competitions, lots of chances to win. And we can't wait to make a lot of people winners. So thank you so much for watching. I will show you the photo shortly, but I really hope that you learned something, and I hope this has sparked some ideas for you.